I'm Dan Flugshop, broker and owner with Lake Place Gallery of Homes in Pine River, Minnesota. And since late of 2015, we have helped the Homeless and Wounded Warriors local organization in Minnesota here, and wanted to share some of our stories with you. We've been proud to be able to help this organization with raising funds, and we donate a portion of every commission that we earn on behalf of our clients to the Homeless and Wounded Warriors Project.
Good morning. Russ Filstrom is my name. I'm currently serving as chairman of what our group is known as Homeless and Wounded Warriors of Minnesota. We are strictly a local organization. We simply serve Minnesota veterans and their families. It's an honor and a privilege to be of support to our brothers and sisters. Working with the business community is a critical part for us of raising money to be able to do the things that we truly get the opportunity to do that are necessary.
Russ, I know one other thing that we've been able to help with is kind of our own version of I call it the best Christmas ever.
Yes.
And helping some local veterans in the area here around Christmas time and bless them with some gifts and food and other things. Could you explain that a little bit more?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is something I've been involved in it in the 5+ years that my wife and I have been a part of this, and it is one of the highlights of the year for us because it's a time of fun things to do. We work with the local businesses. We work with the veteran service officers in a number of different counties, and we simply ask for people to recommend or nominate someone who's a veteran that has kids that could use some help for Christmas. And the support of the community is terrific, but the businesses that jump in and donate to this cause, whether they donate some money or they just do, and Lake Place is one that stood right at the forefront of this every year. Not only are they willing to help with the Christmas idea, but they go out and do the shopping. We get a recommendation that such and such family has 3 or 4 kids, 1 kid, 2 kids, whatever it might be, and we turn the name of the family over to a business and tell them what the ages, boys, girls, whatever, and let the business actually go out and do the Christmas shopping. And I can tell you, when I visit with the folks at the Lake Place office when it's time to get the Christmas presents, and they've got them all put together and wrapped, and the pride that I can see in their faces, that they're helping someone else who can use a little help for Christmas. It's just to be Santa Claus for a fat old boy is just a real privilege. I don't have that great big white beard. I got a little short white beard, but it is so much fun. We've done this each year. My wife and I will put on at least several hundred miles visiting families in the Minnesota area where we get to deliver presents, and we have other members, and we've had even had a business person who is willing to deliver to someone. So when you get a chance to be Santa Claus at that level, it changes what Christmas really means to you. It's fun to buy for your own kids or your grandkids, whatever you're blessed with, but when you get to be the Santa in someone else's life that might be struggling a lot harder than you are right now, you feel pretty lucky. My wife and I had the privilege of sharing with a lady who was a Navy veteran who lived out near the Boundary Waters area of Minnesota just this past winter, and she had 4 daughters. And when we got the presents put together, and my wife and I got to drive 100 and some miles from our house to her house, and she knew we were coming, and she'd told her little girls that we were coming. As we pulled into the driveway of that house, and it was a big picture window in the front of the house. The lady was renting it from a friend of hers who was trying to help her have a place to live to raise her kids. And I can tell you the oldest girl was about 11 or 12 years old, and there was 3 other little girls, and they were all standing in that front window. And when we pulled in the driveway, the window was shaking. Those girls were screaming so loud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were so excited because Mom had told them we were coming with Christmas presents. And, we tried to just walk in and wish everybody Merry Christmas, bring the stuff in, and we had a carload of things for them. And they didn't want us to leave right away. And but Mom, could we please open a present? And Mother said, well, I told you girls, no, you're going to have to wait till Christmas Eve to open those. And, but Mom, and it was so much fun. She finally surrendered, and she let those girls open a present. Well, we just sat there with tears running down our cheeks watching those little girls and how excited they were. And we laughed about it for the next half hour on our way back towards home from that place. But my wife said, you know, we have all grandsons at this point. We're used to boys. And to be in that house with 4 little girls all shrieking and screaming, she said, oh, my ears just hurt. But we had so much fun, and it was such a pleasant experience for us. And the beauty of this is that's just one story for this last Christmas. There were 15 families that we were able to help, including 35 children. So I will plead to anybody who's taking the time to listen to this story we're sharing. When it comes to be Christmas for 2021, if you get a chance to participate and make a donation, please know that you're making a lot of people happy, not just 1 or 2. It's just an honor and a privilege to be a part of this. And we've done this every year. We had a family 2 years ago for Christmas where the gentleman, because of medical problems, was forced to retire from the military, and he and his wife had 2 kids, and they had no idea where they were going to go or what they were going to do. They didn't own a house, of course. They had relatives that happened to be in the Brainerd area of Minnesota, and the relative, and it wasn't a mom or dad or anything like that, it was just someone that was related to him, said, you know, while you're looking for work and looking for things to do, there's opportunities here. You can stay with us at our house until you can find a place of your own. And we had the privilege of bringing their presents. They were the last of the families we had visited that Christmas week, and we had about 400 miles on the car when we got back to Brainerd to their house. And as we pulled in, the people, I had their phone number. I'd call them and told them we were, pulling into their yard. And they came out, and the gentleman helped us carry stuff in. We loaded a dining room table with presents, and the other relatives had taken the kids and got them out of the house so that they didn't see what was going on. And when we got all done with all the presents, I thanked the people for letting us do that. And I said, oh, by the way, and I reached into my jacket and I said, here's a Christmas card. And I'll pick on Lake Place because they are the ones that sponsored that family. It's one of the special stories of Christmas for us, because I handed them the card and the lady smiled and she said, well, what's that, Russ? And I said, it's a Christmas card. And she said, well, it isn't Christmas Eve yet. What should I do with it? And my wife smiled and said, well, we didn't put that card together, so I would ask you to please open it up. I have no idea if there's anything in that card, but I wouldn't want you to set it aside and forget about it just in case there is. And the lady said, you think I should do that? And my wife said, yes, please. So she opened the card up, and I can tell you that in that envelope was a debit card for $500. And that lady bawled. She was so emotionally struck by that. And she turned to my wife and she said, I didn't know what we were going to do for Christmas dinner because we didn't have any money to buy anything. She said, you can't begin to understand what this means. I could cry every time I tell that story. That lady was so emotionally moved, and she turned and she ran around that table and grabbed me, and I wasn't sure I was going to survive that hug. Those are the kind of things that make what we do so worthwhile. And this gentleman, because of a medical problem, forced to step aside from the only income, the only source of supporting his family, and he hadn't been approved for any type of disability yet, so they had no idea where their next dollar was coming from. Those are the stories that make what we do so important and so worthwhile, because while America's a wonderful, rich, blessed country, not everybody is rich, and not everybody knows where their next dollar is going to come from. So all I can do is say thank you.
Well, we're welcome, and we're honored and to be able to help. And I've heard that story before, and it just brings tears to my eyes every time I hear it. So
Yes.
it's I remember the first time I heard that, I'm like, at that point we made the commitment that we're going to do this every year.
Yes.
It's the lives you touch and the families you touch. And